"Sir, is your bag supposed to be that far from you?" Her voice was sharp, crisp, and unfamiliar, slicing through the blur of exhaustion like a bayonet. Specialist Connor Hale's eyes flew open, his spine instinctively straightened before his mind caught up. He blinked hard, disoriented for a second by the sterile light of the airport terminal. The duffel bag, resting just inches away from his boots, hadn't moved. But her tone had suggested more than security awareness. It hinted at something deeper. A quiet challenge. A test. He shifted, brushing off the sleep. The weight of months guarding the tomb of the unknown soldier still clung to his posture. Chin slightly lifted, eyes focused, presence steady, even in civilian life. It wasn't just a job, it was a vow. Silence, perfection, respect. Now here he was, dozing in Terminal C, with a wrinkled uniform and aching knees. Great. The woman beside him didn't look like someone who cared about misplaced bags. Her dress was sharp, yellow, hugging her like she wasn't used to relaxing. Blonde hair tied back, posture stiff, not from discomfort but from discipline. He'd seen that kind of stillness before. In the mirror. "You okay?" he asked, voice low, guarded. "You were out cold. Barely noticed when your phone slipped off your lap," she replied, not looking at him. "But I get it. You're running on fumes." He gave a dry chuckle. "Comes with the duty. Been up since 0400, guard rotation at Arlington." He didn't expect her to know what that meant. Most people didn't. But her head turned slightly, and those eyes, steel blue and scanning, locked onto him with sudden interest. "Tomb guard?" she asked, like she already knew the answer. Connor nodded. "Just finished my last watch, headed home for 2 days before I report again." He paused. Not many recognized the badge. "I do," she said simply. He studied her now with new eyes. There was a tension in her frame, like she was constantly calculating exits. Her heels didn't click when she walked. Her hands had calluses no manicure could hide. She was built like someone who'd learned control the hard way. "You military?" he asked. She gave a small smile, almost amused. "Navy." He raised an eyebrow. "Officer?" "SEAL," she replied, like it was nothing, like she hadn't just shattered every stereotype he'd ever heard in one syllable. He stared for a beat too long. She didn't flinch. "I know," she said, "doesn't fit the poster." He shook his head slowly. "No. But it explains the way you sit, like you're ready to break someone's wrist." Her lips curved slightly. Old habit. Silence stretched between them again, not awkward, but laced with mutual recognition. 2 lives shaped by relentless training, unspoken vows, and the weight of honor. She didn't ask him about the tomb, and he didn't ask her about missions. Some things were better left between warriors, but she glanced at his patch again, the Tomb Guard badge stitched onto his arm. It takes a special kind of man to stand in silence for hours, in all weather, to honor someone he's never met. "It's the least we can do," Connor said quietly. "They gave everything. We give minutes." She looked away then, jaw tightening. "My brother's one of them. Unidentified. Afghanistan. I never got the call, just a knock." Connor felt his chest tighten. "I'm sorry." She shook her head. "Don't be. I know he's not alone. You make sure of that." He nodded slowly, feeling the weight of her words settle deep. This wasn't just a layover. This was a battlefield of memory, of pain unspoken. And somehow, this random airport seat had become sacred ground. The boarding call echoed through the terminal, snapping both of them back. Connor rose, adjusting his bag, the crispness of his movements betraying his fatigue. "Thanks for the heads up earlier," he said, but before he could leave, she reached into her coat pocket and pulled out a small folded patch. Navy, SEAL Trident. Worn, faded, but real. "This was my brother's," she said, offering it to him. "Take it. Keep it with you at the tomb." Connor froze. I can't accept this." "Yes, you can," she said, locking eyes with him. "Because you already stand for him every day." His fingers closed around the patch with reverence, not just for the cloth, but for the story it carried. He nodded once, sharply, like a salute. "Thank you," he said. "He'll never be forgotten." She stepped back, letting him go. As he walked toward the gate, his back straightened even more. The patch pressed against his heart. A weight, a promise. Not all warriors wear armor, some wear dresses and carry ghosts. That night, under the marble silence of Arlington, as he walked the mat once more, the patch sat just over his own, stitched inside his uniform, and in the stillness, a seal's sacrifice stood watch with him. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment where are you watching from. If this story moved you, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this one. You never know, the next one might just change your life.